The air is cold and sharp. You wake up not in your bed, but on the bare ground, wrists tied, clothes torn. The smell of smoke and sweat thicken the air. Around you, painted warriors stare in silence. You were taken prisoner by a Native American tribe centuries ago. You have no weapons, no friends, and no idea what future waits for you. Will you be spared or tested beyond imagination? Let's find out. The morning light creeps through the forest, turning mist into gold. You feel the earth beneath your skin cold, alive and firm. The warriors stand around you, their eyes blank. One of them steps forward, pressing his hand on your chest, not to harm, but to take you. You are no longer a man of your world. You belong to them now. They speak in a language you can't understand, yet their tone tells you everything. You're not a guest. You're a test, a measure of spirit. You're dragged through dirt and roots, the sound of distant drums rising in the valley. The smell of firewood and hide fills the air. Children follow from afar, whispering. When they reach the camp, women tend to fires while elders sit in silence, watching. Every eye studies you not as an enemy, but as something to be judged. A boy throws water at you, laughing. An old man quiets him, then gestures for you to kneel. A warrior steps forward with a blade of bone, cuts your bindings, and says a single word, stand. His tone is not cruel, it's commanding a challenge. You stand, trembling. He nods. The tribe's way begins not with punishment, but observation. Before the day ends, they'll decide if you're worthy to live another sunrise. But what comes next will push the limits of your pain, pride, and spirit. You are led to a clearing. The fire burns bright in the center, surrounded by men painted in red and black. Smoke rises in twisting shapes, like spirits whispering to the sky. The air feels heavy, special. A woman sprinkles ashes in a circle around you. The elder speaks in chants, the meaning lost to your ears but clear in your bones. This is not torture. This is a trial, a ceremony of stamina. To survive, you must not cry, not plead, and not break. A warrior presses a burning stick close to your arm. The pain is sharp and burning, but you bite your lip and hold still. Around you, they nod not in cruelty, but respect. Pain, here, is language. Suffering is proof of soul. When it ends, they give you water, a small wooden bowl filled from a stream. You drink slowly, your throat raw, your mind spinning. They don't treat you as a beast anymore. You've earned the first spark of respect. As the night grows darker, they place you beside the fire, not chained, but watched. The elder speaks again, softer this time. You don't know the words, but the tone feels like forgiveness, or maybe a warning. You close your eyes to the sound of distant drums, unsure if you've passed or merely begun. And as the glowing coals fade, a new test begins, one not of fire, but of understanding. The next morning, you wake to the buzz of life in the camp. Children laugh, women grind corn, and men sharpen spears. Life moves as if nothing has changed, yet you know something has within you. A young warrior sits beside you. He offers food-roasted rabbit. You pause, but hunger wins. As you eat, he speaks slowly, pointing to himself. Tama. Then he points to you. You say your name. He repeats it carefully. The wall between you cracks, just a little. Later, you're taken to fetch water with two women. They don't speak, but one gives you a piece of cloth to wipe your face. Their eyes show curiosity, not hate. You begin to sense the truth here. Survival is not about strength alone. It's about understanding. In the evening, Tama brings a drum. He plays softly, the rhythm steady, like a heartbeat. You listen, lost in the sound. He looks at you, then strikes the drum harder, daring you to respond. You clap your hands, clumsy but real. The circle of warriors laughs, not mockingly, but in approval. For the first time since capture, you feel the tension fade. Maybe this isn't just a test of stamina. Maybe it's a test of spirit to see if you can carry yourself with pride, even when stripped of everything else. The firelight dances on your skin as night falls again. The drums continue. You're still a prisoner, but now, something inside you has begun to wake up. But the road ahead will be long, and the forest has more lessons to teach. The dawn arrives without warning, a whisper of mist curling around the camp. Tama shakes you awake, motioning toward the forest. Today, you walk. The tribe begins to move, packing hides, baskets, and spears. The nomadic rhythm of their lives pulses through every step, swift, silent, purposeful. You are part of it now, though still watched. The journey begins through a dense woodland, where light barely touches the ground. You feel every root, every stone, biting into your bare feet. The air is thick with pine and memory. No one speaks much, but their glances keep you steady. When you stumble, a young boy offers his hand, wordless. It's small kindnesses like these that twist your heart in confusion, jailers who act like kin. By midday, the forest breaks open into a vast plain. Wind whips across your face, carrying scents of smoke and sage. The tribe halts by a stream to rest. Women begin to sing low, haunting tones that ripple like the water itself. Tama joins them with his drum, each beat echoing your heartbeat. The elder watches you again, studying your movements. Then, without a word, he hands you a bundle of sticks and gestures toward the fire pit. You build the flames, shaky at first, but they rise strong and clean. The tribe murmurs approval. You've earned a spark of belonging. When night comes, they camp beneath the stars. The sky stretches infinite above you, cold, brilliant, and eternal. You lie awake, staring at the constellations. Somewhere in the dark, Tama whispers something soft in his language. You don't understand, but the tone feels like peace. But peace in the tribe never lasts long. A new circle waits one that will decide your future. The next morning, silence hangs over the camp. The tribe gathers in a wide ring, faces painted in red and black. The elder sits in the center beside the fire. Tama motions for you to follow. Your stomach tightens. You sense what this is, the moment of judgment. You kneel inside the circle. The elder begins to chant, his voice old and cracked, yet full of thunder. His words flow through the air like the sound of the earth breathing. One by one, warriors step forward and speak. You don't understand their language, but their tones shift, some angry, others calm, some uncertain. Then Tama speaks. His words are sharp and passionate. He gestures toward you, then to the fire, then presses his palm to his chest. When he finishes, the elder closes his eyes. The circle falls silent. Finally, the elder rises. He takes a handful of ash from the fire and scatters it over your head. The meaning hits you slowly, cleansing, not punishment. The tribe begins to hum, their song low and deep. The elder touches your shoulder and murmurs a single word, Stillwater. You don't know if it's your new name or your future, but it settles heavy in your chest. That night, no one ties you down. You sleep freely for the first time, wrapped in the soft rhythm of distant drums. Whatever judgment they made, you have survived it for now. But your final test still waits, not from the tribe, but from the spirits themselves. The tribe prepares for something special. Fires blaze high, sending trails of smoke twisting toward the moon. The air hums with energy, half fear, half wonder. Tama tells you, through broken gestures, that tonight they honor the spirits of the past family. You are invited to sit near the fire. The people wear feathers, beads, and painted faces. The drums begin slowly, then faster, until the rhythm feels alive. Warriors dance, feet pounding the earth in perfect time. Sparks leap into the night like living souls. Then the elder steps forward, raising his hands to the sky. His voice shouts across the valley, calling to unseen forces. The fire flares, painting every face in gold and shadow. You feel something deep inside you, something old, rising like a tide. The fear that once ruled you now feels small, almost childish. The ceremony lasts for hours. When the drums finally fade, Silence falls thick. Special silence. Tama hands you a burning stick. He points to the sky, then to your heart. Without words, you understand. Light within, light above. You plant the stick into the ground beside the fire, letting it burn slowly down to ash. For the first time since capture, you don't feel like a prisoner. You feel like a witness, part of something older and greater than your understanding. The smoke curls upward, carrying your fear into the stars. But before the dawn, you will face your last and hardest trial, the test of heart and honor. The morning breaks quiet. Too quiet. No songs, no laughter, only the sound of wind pushing through the trees. You wake to find the camp already in motion. The warriors gather, their faces painted with ash and red earth. Tama walks toward you, serious, holding a spear. He speaks few words, then points to the forest. You understand. Another test. This one will decide everything. They lead you deep into the woods, where shadows dance across the ground. The elder stops before a wide clearing. He places a small animal trap in your hands. Simple, but clear in meaning. You must return by nightfall with something caught, or not return at all. You walk into the silence, alone. Every sound feels louder. Now your breath, the cracking of twigs, the whisper of birds. You search for hours, hunger gnawing at your gut, mind spinning with doubt. The tribe lives by skill and patience. You've lived by comfort. At last, you spot movement, a rabbit, small and trembling near a log. You set the trap, wait, and pray. The sun drifts lower, shadows lengthen. Then a sharp sound breaks the stillness the trap springs. You rush forward. The rabbit lies still. You lift it gently, whispering a small apology. By the time you return to camp, the fires are already burning. Tama sees the rabbit and nods. No words, no cheers, just quiet respect. The elder steps forward and marks your forehead with white clay, a sign of courage. You have proven yourself, not as a warrior, but as a man who listens to the land. But mercy and danger walk hand in hand, and your future will be sealed with the rising Sunday. The final day begins with smoke on the horizon. Another tribe is near, enemies perhaps, or traitors. The camp stirs with tension. The elder gathers everyone around the fire and speaks, his tone serious. You can't understand, but you feel the weight of it. Then he turns to you. The circle forms again, just like before. Tama stands beside you, his hand resting on your shoulder. The elder lifts a knife, not in anger, but in ceremony. He cuts a thin line across your palm and his own, then presses them together. Blood mixed, warm and real. The tribe murmurs softly. You realize what's happening adjoining. You are no longer a captive, you are kin. The tribe howls, voices rising into the open sky. The drums beat once more, faster now, wilder. The air feels alive with freedom and fire. You kneel, overwhelmed not by fear this time, but by gratitude. As the sun climbs, Tama hands you a piece of leather tied with beads, a symbol of the tribe, proof that you lived among them. You glance back at the forest, remembering your first night bound and trembling. Now, you walk freely among the same people who once tested your soul. The elder's final words are slow, heavy with meaning. The land keeps what it teaches. You bow your head. You survived not because you fought, but because you listened. 24 hours ago, you were a stranger on special ground. Now, you leave with fire in your chest and the echoes of drums in your heart. You've faced the tribe's tests of pain, patience, and spirit, and found your strength in the silence between them. Would you survive such a trial? Tell us in the comments, and if your spirit's still burning, subscribe for the next journey into the untold past.